one woman dances her way through high school, and it's not a waste of time.
My name is Jelana Bighorn. I'm 18 years old, and I go to Maxwell International Baha'i School. There's about 180 students, boys and girls, from grades 7 to 12, from all over the world. The fact that we're all different cultures only makes our lives richer, and we're able to experience things that otherwise we wouldn't be able to. Like just different things that I learned about other cultures, and it's so important. It's an amazing place to go. My mother is originally from Washington State, and my father's from Montana, and they're both Lakota, which is an Indian tribe in the United States. I was born in Seattle, Washington, and my family moved to Oregon. The school I was attending, there's mainly Caucasian people and Mexicans, and most of my friends were Mexican. Something that really sticks out in my mind is people teasing me about my last name. That is so played out, you know, Jelana Bighorn, you know, where are your big horns or whatever. And I know it hurt me in the beginning, and I didn't understand really why they were saying it to me. And I started to associate with my culture, that, you know, my culture is not accepted, they're making fun of it. I'm not going to be accepted here. I'm not as good a human being as they are because I'm different. At that point in my life, racism was becoming very apparent to me, that I felt I was not as accepted as the Caucasian girls in my class, or I was not accepted by the Caucasian boys either. And I don't know if I'd still be here today, because I think there was a lot. I was really hurt and really upset by some of the experiences that I had, and I might have taken that out on other people in a violent way. I would have definitely got into probably gangs. Most of my friends are involved in that now. When I was about 10 years old, my parents came to a conference at Maxwell, and they came back home and said, well, we're moving. You know, we both have jobs here, and it's a wonderful place where the students are not only given an academic education, and also a spiritual education, a moral education, and it's run by the National Spiritual Assembly of the Baha'is of Canada. When we first moved here, I was in 5th grade, and the dance workshop came to my school, my elementary school, and I'd already planned on going to Maxwell. But once I saw the workshop, I knew that was something I wanted to do. The Maxwell Baha'i Dance Workshop is a dance troupe that's dedicated to bringing a positive message to youth. I lovingly refer to it as a workshop. What we do is we take social issues that we think are relevant to youth today, something that is happening, such as racism and drug abuse, alcohol abuse, and physical abuse. And we create dances around them to convey our message that there is hope in all these different situations. These situations need to be recognized, but they need to be dealt with in a productive way. We do not want to be just another dancing group coming through to entertain people for an hour or two. We want our messages to last longer than that, to be implanted in people's hearts. We have, let's see, maybe 12 hours at least of workshop a week, including practices, and probably about 1 performance a week. It's hard to be away from my family, especially on our spring break trips for 3 weeks. It's hard to be away from them when they're all together. I have an older brother and a younger brother, Jordan and Kai.
She is a wonderful person. She's very dependable. As brother-wise, she is very funny. I don't know what to say about her.
Kai's so dramatic. It's been a great life. Thanks, Kai.
Yeah.
One of the main forces behind Workshop is Miss Lee. And this woman, you don't understand how amazing she is.
One of the dances that we do in the public schools all the time is called the drug dance, or the dance of betrayal.
She is so humble to us. All the experience that she's had, all the dancing experience, and yet she finds so much good in us. We're taking care of the next generation, which is so much more important than, worrying about our hair, or worrying about like our boyfriends, or worrying about little things that go on in our lives. When I find myself doubting my abilities, then I had to turn to prayer and to the writings of Baha'u'llah. After praying and reading those writings, like, I'm rejuvenated, and I realized, okay, I have this responsibility, I was chosen for this, and I had to continue on, no matter what the test may be.
God bless you, dear, sacred, spiritual being. Allahu Akbar. Thank you.
I've always known from my parents that there's more to me than just my physical being, that I have a spirit inside of me, and that's something that needs to be nurtured. And in my culture, that's a very prominent thing, that there's a spiritual world, that our ancestors are there, our elders are in the next world. And I realize that there's something so much greater that's pulling us all together in humanity, and that is God. And no matter if we are different religions, they all come from the same place. They're all divine in nature.
As far as where Jelana finds her center or finds her purpose, it's not necessarily that there's some unique thing that we did to raise her, or that anybody did. She has given up a lot to be the person that she is. I mean, even at the school, it's not easy for many of the kids to walk a spiritual path.
I feel that I was chosen for this time, and the fact that I was born as a Native American, that my role is to turn to my roots and to my people, I guess, and to try to lift us up as far as we can go. And that I was also born a woman, and that another role of mine is to help in the equality of men and women. I'm starting to realize, as this being my last year, my senior year, that it's something I've been involved in for 6 years. I'm starting to realize how important it is to me and what a blessing it has been, being able to be at Maxwell with this international flavor, and the experiences, the myriad of experiences that I've had, just amazing, like, when I look back on them. I'm ready to take on different things, and my mind is open. I'm ready to explore new possibilities.
A singing, stinging editorial